Stone Cold Steve Austin has returned to the ring for one more match, and we look at why Cody Rhodes left AEW for WWE. Last night, WWE would hold Night 1 of WrestleMania 38, a night full of expected yet unexpected moments. The show would see 3 championship matches take place, with one of them changing hands. Mania would open up with a SmackDown Tag Team title match where the Usos would score a win over Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Unfortunately for Boogs, he would suffer a legitimate injury, tearing a quadricep and patella tendon, which will keep him out of action for a number of months. Bianca Belair would then walk away as the new WWE Raw Women's Champion when she won a close to 20-minute encounter with Becky Lynch. This was a rematch from SummerSlam where Becky Lynch would return after her hiatus to pin Bianca in a matter of seconds, that time for the SmackDown title. This kicks off Belair's first run with the Raw version of the Women's Championship. And the final title match of the night would see Charlotte Flair defend her SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey, and in the end, Flair would walk away as the victor, continuing her 17th singles title reign in WWE. And speaking of the SmackDown Women's title match, one of the competitors is said to have walked out before the show. According to Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer, Ronda Rousey was furious on Friday night due to her finding out that her match with Charlotte Flair was not on last, leading to her walking out on WWE before the Hall of Fame ceremony. Rousey had taken part in an interview this week where she would reveal that she was main eventing Night 1 of WrestleMania, which contradicted reports that Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin would be closing the show. Obviously, the news was broken to her on Friday night, with her leaving the arena before the Hall of Fame ceremony that saw inductions headlined by The Undertaker. In the end, cooler heads prevailed, with Rousey showing up to WrestleMania Night 1 to do the job for Charlotte Flair, although there were some ref bump shenanigans to soften the blow. It's unclear if the result was always planned to be a Rousey loss, but it's worth noting that she was the bookies' favourite heading into the match. And next up, let's go to more from Friday's Hall of Fame ceremony, as an AEW wrestler was in attendance. At the show, Andrade El Idolo was spotted alongside his fiancée Charlotte Flair at the show, with him taking a seat on the stage alongside fellow wrestlers and their partners. As far as I can tell, Andrade was the only AEW wrestler at the event, with Brie Bella, who is married to Bryan Danielson, being seen with her sister Nikki, with no Bryan in sight. Flair and Andrade have been a couple since 2019, later becoming engaged just months later. The two would meet during their time in WWE before Andrade was granted his release in March 2021, leading to him signing with All Elite Wrestling. This week he has appeared on both AEW and WWE television, having wrestled in the main event of the most recent episode of AEW Dynamite, where he defeated Darby Allin. Next up, AEW have announced their latest signing. Following this weekend's Supercard of Honor event, the first Ring of Honor pay-per-view of the Tony Khan era, it was revealed that new ROH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta has signed a contract with the promotion. AEW and ROH owner Tony Khan would take to Twitter to break the news, posting the traditional All Elite graphic. Yuta began working with AEW in June 2021, starting off on Dark, before quickly impressing, becoming a member of the Best Friends stable. He would recently leave the group, showing an interest in aligning with William Regal, Jon Moxley, and Bryan Danielson as a new member of the Blackpool Combat Club. At Supercard, Wheeler would defeat Josh Woods to end the longest ever ROH Pure title reign, which is likely to impress his new potential manager. And before we get into our key WrestleMania stories, let's go to some AEW news, as a former world champion is working through injuries. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Jon Moxley is currently nursing a hamstring injury that he picked up during training, and Dave would say, Moxley, by the way, has a hamstring injury that he's working on. He worked a couple of times this week on it. I don't know if he hurt it worse in the ring, but I just know he came in and he got it in training. He'll still be wrestling, probably every week and all that, but he's nursing the new injury. As we discussed yesterday, Moxley would return to New Japan Pro Wrestling during the Lone Star Shootout tapings, where he would cut a promo on his upcoming opponent, Will Ospreay. Moxley would not only make reference to the hamstring injury, but he would also reveal that he is suffering from a concussion. It looks like Moxley won't be taking any time away from the ring, although if he has picked up a concussion this week, that could lead to a break. Now let's go to arguably the most talked about moment of the night as Cody Rhodes made his WWE return. As it's been reported over recent weeks, Rhodes would show up to fill the spot of Seth Rollins' mystery opponent, arriving with familiar music and gear. Cody would receive the full American Nightmare treatment, with him not only using his Kingdom entrance song from his run on the Indies and in AEW, but he would be billed as the American Nightmare. His graphics would feature the Nightmare family logo, and he would wear ring and entrance gear that his fans have become familiar with in recent times. On top of this, he would enter through the floor of the stage, rising through the smoke in an entrance that he debuted in All Elite Wrestling. Rhodes would then go on to defeat Rollins in a solid match, a match that months ago many thought would be impossible. While Seth would kick out of Cody's finisher, the Crossroads, the first time of asking, he would later drop him with 2 on the bounce before hitting him with a strike combination ending with the bionic elbow made famous by his father Dusty, before one more Crossroads was enough to put Seth away for the 1-2-3. The match was solid overall and was arguably the best match of the night, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see how WWE use Cody from here on out. Going by a post-match interview, he has his sights firmly set on one of WWE's top prizes, the WWE or Universal Championship. And now let's move on to the main event of the evening as Stone Cold Steve Austin would wrestle one more match. The show would end with what appeared to be a talk segment with Kevin Owens hosting the KO show, and Owens would continue to run down the state of Texas as well as Stone Cold. This would lead to the glass breaking and Austin making his way to the ring. Owens would then say that he's here for more than an interview and he wants a match right here and now under no holds barred rules. Austin would accept the challenge with the bell ringing to kick things off. The two men would fight all over the arena with the Rattlesnake topping up on beers as he went. As expected, the match was a straight up brawl spanning into the crowd, up the stage and into the ring. Austin surprisingly took a number of bumps, including a suplex onto the concrete floor. Stone Cold is known to have neck and knee issues that forced him out of the ring 19 years ago, but it seems that time may have healed some of those problems. In the end, Stone Cold would drop Owens with a stunner in the middle of the ring, leading to a pinfall in his home state of Texas. The show would close with a trademark beer bash celebration, which saw additional stunners to Kevin Owens and Byron Saxton. It's unclear if this will be the start of a run back in the ring for Stone Cold Steve Austin, or if this is his final goodbye to the squared circle. I guess only time will tell, and these days, never say never. And finally, let's go back to the Cody Rhodes story as we look at why he left AEW for WWE. It was announced in February that Cody had departed AEW following failed talks over a new contract, with reports citing a lack of say in booking as well as differences in money leading to a breakdown in negotiations. Well, following his WWE return last night, Variety would release an interview with the man himself, where he would discuss his departure from the company that he co-founded, with him stating that it was a personal matter that led to his decision, and he would say, "I chose to remain silent about my departure from AEW and I'm going to keep my word on that. There's no shoot interview. There's no nefarious tale that's going to be told. There were all these different theories and none of them are correct. I mean, there were things about money and creative control. They were printed as fact and it's been a very difficult 2 months to see that, when the reality is it was just time. It was a personal matter and we couldn't move past it. I have nothing but respect for Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Kenny Omega. I'm rooting for Tony Khan. His name is going to be in the history books as somebody who helped to bankroll and support this entire alternative and revolution that AEW became, but for me, it was just time to move on. I get an opportunity at my dream, I get another chance at it, and you really can't leave any stone unturned with that." It seems that we won't be getting more details on what this personal matter is, at least from Cody's side for the time being, but there's been reports of a falling out between AEW EVPs for quite some time. Cody is said to have become distant from Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. There was also a recent Forbes article covering AEW president Tony Khan that reportedly upset Cody due to him feeling that it portrayed AEW as a one-man endeavor. Whether these reports are true or not remains to be seen, but we know that something had to have happened happened for Cody Rhodes to make such a drastic change of direction, leading to his AEW exit as an EVP and deciding to ultimately return to WWE. No matter what side of the fence you sit on, you can't deny that this is an exciting time for wrestling fans, with literally nothing seeming impossible at this point. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things that you didn't know about AEW's Hook.